listening to Two Nerds and a Universe.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the pod. I'm Alex.
I'm Brandon.
And this is Two Nerds and a Universe, where we do in-depth discussion of all things nerdy, give you opinions nobody asked for.
We actually have some cool nerdy stuff that we'd like to talk to you about today. There's actually a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in the nerd universe right now, so we want to be able to tackle as much as we can. But before we get into that, here's a message from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Leal Insurance Services. Guessing your auto, home, and business coverage is not a strategy. Get reliable coverage, clear guidance, and real support at lealinsurance.com. And now, back to nerdiness.
And welcome back. All right, so the Spurs are what, 3-1?
3-1.
3-1 right now. San Antonio's going absolutely nuts. Just driving over here, I saw two very, very large buildings downtown that have Go Spurs up there. I mean, everybody's getting their little colorful shirts out, be showing support and all that. I think that's really awesome. I guess the main question to ask right now, brother, is this sort of like a spur of the moment sort of thing, or what?
Or is this like are you saying like is this just something that's like in the moment, or is it something like that's like an indication of what's to come?
Yeah, like is this an indication of what's to come?
Yeah, 100%.
It's not just a fluke, No?
I would say it's a fluke if you had somebody leading your team that will say like 30 and you didn't have a lot of like young stars to kind of back that up, then maybe. But this isn't like an outlier year. We're just the dominoes are magically falling. Like dominoes don't magically fall for teams that are led by a 22-year-old. These are very rare occasions, and I would say this is one of them where you have a athletic phenom that is Victor Wembanyama. So there's definitely an indication of things are to come. I do know on our previous podcast, I had said a couple people were going a little crazy online because they were like, what, you're saying that they can't win? I never said that they can't win. In my mind, I'm just thinking if they go on to the next round and play the best player in the NBA, they're probably going to lose to the best player in the NBA because he's in his prime. Nikola Jokic, he's a top 20 player of all time, and they're led by, the Spurs are led by a 22-year-old. So they might lose to that, which is fine. It doesn't seem like it because it doesn't even seem like the best player in the world is going to make it to round two. And I'll just say this real quick. If you're the best player in the world and you can't get past the first round, you lose that title. There's no way you can be the best player in the world and not make it past the first round.
I think with the last episode, you were trying to make the point that it's okay if they lose because you get kind of like this is what movies are made off of, right? I mean, you lose at first and then you build back up. It's a Rocky moment right there, Rocky 3.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, all right? I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But, you bounce back and get like an awesome sort of climax and all that. I'd rather skip the loss. I'd rather San Antonio just absolutely go nuts.
Well, no, but I mean, San Antonio has gone through those losses already. You know what I mean? For the past couple years. So you go through downtown and you go through military and you go through these streets, Broadway. People are representing, flags flying, cars honking. It's the spirit and the culture of San Antonio. Continue to do it. It is amazing. Go to the Rock. Go catch a game. It's awesome. I think it's an indication of things to come. And I'm going to say this right now. If Denver does not beat Timberwolves, which I don't think they are, crazy thing is Timberwolves lost their best player for the rest of the season. And they lost arguably their like second or third best player. So now Denver is playing a injury-riddled team. So Denver might come back down 3-1 and then end up playing the Spurs. But regardless, either you don't play Denver or you play Denver that just came off of a 7-game series. And I like the odds of either one of those. So I think it's an indication of things to come. I think there's a lot. There's many glory days ahead. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be a Spurs fan and be in the city of San Antonio.
Absolutely.
So another thing that big thing that has come out recently. Everybody knows Michael.
Yes.
Everybody knows. So many people are talking about the movie, whether you're an audience or whether you're a critic. One thing that is being pretty blown up, and I'm kind of curious as to someone that's already seen the movie. I haven't seen Michael yet. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I didn't get to see it. It's Fiesta this weekend, so we're just so busy.
Family and whatnot.
Yeah.
You chose wrong. I'm just kidding.
Stupid. But Michael on critic score, and I'm sure people have already taken a look, which is insane. Critics gave Michael 38%. Audience score, they got 97%. And this is the highest rated biopic for an audience.
Dude, one of these days, like we've got to do an episode on like the wildest like difference
Disparity between audience.
Thank you. Between critics and actual audiences.
We've gone over this, and we've even talked about it in different episodes. Critics go into movies looking for something completely different than what the audience does, right? So don't get me wrong, me and you we'll still go into a movie and be like, okay, you know, we'll question what certain decisions that the movie does, or if there's plot holes or things like that. Your average moviegoer isn't looking for that. They just want to see a good movie or what appears to be a good movie.
Cool fight scene. That's
Critics will go in there with a full-on, hey, did you follow the format? Did you have the 5 key elements? How good were they? Was there a really good climax? Was it really evident, right? Was the emotion there? Was the characterization, was it there? The complexity, was it there?
And all that's great, but it seems like you lose the soul
of just watching a movie and enjoying the movie.
And being entertained by it. You know, like obviously there's got to be a middle ground right there. And I feel like a lot of these critics, as it's shown with this Michael review, they're just missing the soul of it all. I feel like they made it so low, one, because it's a biopic. I feel like a lot of critics specifically, aren't necessarily going to like a biopic. I don't know why that is. I just feel like a lot of the reviews that I've read typically are from people that preface it by saying, like, first off, I'd like to preface this by saying that I don't really like biopics. So here, let me give you a review about this. Like, I wonder what your take is going to be on this movie. It's probably going to be negative. So for whatever reason, a lot of people just don't like biopics. But more than that, I feel like they're like you said, they're trying to do a checklist right there. So is there a gay character on scene? You know, is there enough black people on scene? Is there enough white people on screen? Is there enough rich people, poor people, blue collar, brown collar?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just doing all these checks right here.
You think they just get mad if it's not like there's not diversity and any of all that? Is that what
I think they're getting lost in the numbers. Like, I think there is a checklist. This checklist, this checkbox it equates to about 10%. This checkbox equates to like 5.4%.
And if you don't have this, it knocks off points.
It knocks off points, and at the very end of it, they just tally it all up. Okay, this movie gets about 38%, and that's it. It's like, did you even watch the movie? You see how awesome it is? I did watch the movie. I loved it. But I watched a lot of biopics, and being a person...
Is this the best one?
Being a person who likes Michael Jackson, you'd think I'd be very critical of it. Like, that's not what happened. You know, like, that's not the song they were singing when this happened. But I didn't mind it. I still really, really liked it. For instance, without going into any like major spoilers for those of you who haven't watched it yet, there is a scene. Like, obviously, watch YouTube. You know, the life of Michael Jackson is all on the internet.
I was gonna say there's no spoilers. He dies at the end of the movie.
But
obviously not this movie, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. First off, this is the first biopic where they're kind of switching it up, making a part 1 and part 2. They didn't want to just
I don't think that was
break
intentional.
Michael's life into just a even part 1 or act 1, act 2, act 3 sort of thing.
I don't think
it could.
I don't think it was
wanted to.
intentional either.
You know, well,
I don't think they purposely said, what does it say? His story continues. What does it say at the end?
Yeah, Michael Jackson will return for Avengers Endgame. You know?
No. I don't think they intentionally put that at the end, knowing there was going to be a part 2. Okay. I think they just did it because, hey, you know what? There's a whole entire life of Michael. Go research. Go look it up. Go enjoy his music and all that. I don't think they purposely were doing it to make a part 2, but because of how well it did, and people are like, hey, there's so much more to his life than just that. Then everyone's like, okay, yeah, we got to do a part 2. It's doing so great. But you already know. First of all, I'm gonna sit there and enjoy the movie. The movie's really good. One thing I don't want to do is get lost in the music that I start ignoring what the movie should have or the truth, right? Because this is a biopic. I want to know the story of Michael, or if somebody doesn't know the story of Michael, they want to know the story of Michael. I don't want it to like, hey, we're gonna sacrifice truth just to give you a good Hollywood movie. But it's like, don't do that, because this is a biopic. This is supposed to be what actually happened. Michael's life was so complex. There was nothing simple about his life.
The greatest artist of all time, objectively speaking, by the numbers, the greatest. Yeah. It's not going to be something as clear cut as, you know, he was just really good at singing, made a lot of great songs.
No, not at all. There's so much more to it. So don't sacrifice that because you're just trying to give a good movie. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just asking you, do you feel like this movie is one of those things where you get lost in the music that you might not sit back and kind of look at the movie? I'm not saying this is the same apples to apples. Don't everybody come for my soul. But I argue Sinners is one of those movies that, like, it's a good movie, The music is good, but if the music wasn't as good, would the movie still be good? You know what I mean? That's another one of those things.
Replace it with something less folksy.
Hey,
less
you know what?
fun.
Just for instance, just to kind of like make it clear what I'm trying to say. Say the movie Sinners on a scale of 1 to 10. Say you rate the movie itself, the music aside. I know the music is a big part of the movie. It's why I love scores and things like that. So I'm not saying it's not important. But say you said Sinners was like, hey, you know, the storyline and everything, 8 out of 10. The music is a 10 out of 10. Right? Does that carry the movie for you, or does it not?
For something like Sinners.
For something like Sinners, but kind of as it relates to Michael.
I hear what you're saying, and unfortunately, like you said, it's not apples to apples. And I think with a biopic specifically about an artist, you can't separate the two, because that's all most people will know about said person, is that when they did the Bruce Springsteen movie, there was obviously the part of his life that was the part of his life, but there was also the music, which was what people went to go and see. In Michael, are they, I don't want to say shamelessly, but are they obviously putting out some of his greatest hits and hyper-focusing on his greatest hits at a certain points of the movie so that you're entertained? Obviously they are. I was trying to say earlier that one of the last songs that he did with his brothers, not of all time, because they went and did it again later on in his life, but he said that he kind of surprised his whole family by, you know, putting his hand up and in the middle of the song, in the middle of the whole stage, and saying like, this is the last song that me and my family will sing on this tour. The last one, we're done. It's supposed to be a really
because he
big,
wants to go solo.
Because he wants to completely go solo for sure. The song that they were using wasn't the song that was actually happening. You look up on YouTube, it's a completely different song than what was actually going on. And the song that they chose was a little more upbeat, a little more entertaining compared to what you saw in real life on YouTube, which is meant to be like a culmination. It's supposed to be a sad song, culmination of his family. This is the end and all that stuff, and very, very sweet. Both would have been fine in my opinion, but you can definitely see during instances like that throughout the movie that's obviously what you're doing right there. You're just trying to make a entertaining part in this movie so people don't fall asleep. I don't think it's bad. I know what you're saying in regards to how music can sometimes take over a movie. People can say, "Oh, that was such a great movie." It's like, hold on, it's not that. You just like Thriller. You just like Beat It. You know, you just like Billie Jean. It's not the fact that you actually like this. That aside, I'm trying to be as unbiased about this as possible. I am a very, very big Michael Jackson fan, and that in mind, I do think that his nephew killed it in the role.
Yeah,
I think they did a really good job with the movie all around.
I heard there's times in the movie where Jafar's acting and he is he's entertaining and he's doing scenes, and you have to sit there and remind yourself, this isn't Michael, right? Like, it's very close to who Michael is supposed to be, and that's amazing. I'm never gonna sit here and say separate elements of a movie, because that all blends together to give you a good movie. I'm just wondering if we get caught up in one because it's so good and we overlook plot holes or we overlook errors and maybe another category. I haven't seen it. I think on a scale 1 to 10, what did you say you'd rate it?
A 9.
Okay.
A 9. I think the audience score giving it
9.6.
I think that was.
Is it
solid.
9.8? I could be wrong.
I think it was 9.6.
Yeah.
But
So
I think they did a really good.
I'll
that's
watch
fair.
it. I'll watch it in the next episode. I'll do like a quick little 3 minutes of what I thought or whatever and what my score is. But obviously it's Michael, right? Like, the music is gonna carry because he's literally the greatest artist of all time. So it's kind of like
Every artist since then, to a degree, has tried to emulate sort of like Michael Jackson in regards to like music videos, in regards to what am I thinking of? What's the word? What is the big blue head guy in Megamind? I mean, you're. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on.
No, I don't.
Come
What are you
on,
doing?
it's right there. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like you're missing pizzazz. You're missing finesse. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Embarrassing. All right. So
He's just a global icon.
when he's on stage and all that stuff, and you got all those the new dance moves that he's creating. Like the lyrics.
It's just a
all
wow
of
factor.
it.
Every
He's
single time he's up there, he's
creating something.
He's
new.
creating something. No, and
He's
that's awesome.
undisputed, the king of pop.
And that's exactly what he is. And every time I've told people, or I've heard say, hey, the greatest artist, and then people will mention like the Beatles. I don't care whose feelings I hurt mid. Mid
The
is
Beatles are mid?
Mid.
Chill.
I don't
settle.
care. No, the Michael Jackson is better. Michael Jackson is the greatest artist of all time. So I hope the movie does it justice and shows the kind of global icon he was. And if he was alive and pushing this music at this time, I'm not sitting here arguing if the music would do just as well. But if this modern media and technologies were around at that time, imagine how much bigger he would have been globally. You know what I mean? Like
He wouldn't have.
he would have had the most followers on every social media platform. He would have beat Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think Cristiano Ronaldo is the most right now.
100%.
So-
I wish that dude was still alive today. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, but anyways, like I said, I'll go into I'll watch it, and I'll go more into it next episode and give you my rundown of it. But I've said it around you many times. We've known each other for what at this point maybe like 8 years now. As long as you've known me, I've told you, and I'm not one to jump on the Michael Jackson bandwagon. I've been telling you he's the
For
greatest
years. You've
artist
been
of all
doing it for
time.
like 10 years, yeah.
It's yeah. So as long as there's truth to this movie, I will enjoy it. I just don't want you to sacrifice truth for just giving you a Hollywood blockbuster. You know what I mean? Then don't do a biopic if you're just gonna change it. So we'll see. I'll get into it next week.
For sure. But other things that are going on in the nerd universe these days is Endgame.
Yep.
All right. So obviously everybody's very excited about Doomsday, right? And as they should be, we're all pretty excited for it. But what they're doing, like they're coming out with, they're gonna re-release Endgame with a new scene in it.
Yeah. And scenes. He says plural. There's multiple new
Scenes
footage in there.
in it, right? And I'm just, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's just a cash grab? Do you think that it's just necessary for people to watch that? Do you think people can just save their money, watch Doomsday, and be just as satisfied with the original Endgame as with the re-release?
I wanna jump right off the back and say it is just a cash grab. I feel like it is because hey, Endgame is available to you on Disney Plus. So are you gonna release that new edition of Endgame? Are you gonna release that to the public where we can all watch on Disney Plus, right? Because then you completely make it clear that it is about money. Then if it's only available in the movies, because if it's available to the public, we've already spent $2 billion on Endgame when it first came out. So don't just release it in the movies and just say, hey, in order to watch the new footage and the new bridge to Doomsday, go to the movie again. Because it's like, dude, we already did this. I bought 5 IMAX tickets for Endgame.
How many times have I rewatched Endgame already? You know, how many times have they watched that scene, Avengers Assemble on YouTube?
Yeah, and this is what this is what Joe Russo specifically said, and I quote: "It's critically important to re-release the movie, and in fact, we will be re-releasing the film with footage that is set in the Doomsday story that we have added to Avengers Endgame." End quote. So I don't want to just sit here and say it's a cash grab. It's Disney. They're $1 billion, but they're well over $1 billion company. But they're billionaires for a reason, because they do things like this where you're gonna have to reinvest your money into keeping up with the story. So it's kind of their fault that we're here in the first place.
100% is.
So it's just I find it tough. I'm sitting here and I'm critiquing them and all this. Am I gonna watch it? Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna spend money and I'm gonna go watch it again. And a lot of people are, because there's no bridge from Endgame to Doomsday. Of course, this wasn't the initial plan.
No.
So
and it's blatantly clear.
Yeah. So I think if you want to make it very clear that you do care about the fan service and you do care about giving a good product to your fans, don't just re-release it in the movies and keep the original edition of Endgame on Disney Plus. If you're gonna do that, then release that to the public on Disney Plus. Or maybe, hey, you do this new edition or the new cuts of Endgame, maybe for 1 month in the movies, and then update it on Disney Plus. Because that means once this new re-release comes out in September, I should not be able to watch the original Endgame cut.
I should be completely gone.
Well, if this is the new cut to go into Doomsday, which is this movie's supposed to be canon, why would I watch the old one? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't lead into the new movie.
Pawn Stars is gonna have their own little episode in the future. Like, what do you got here
today? This is the original release of Endgame.
Oh my gosh, I got a buddy of mine.
Yeah, let me call a buddy of mine to come see. How much is it? Best I can. Hey, dude, it's worth $200,000, but best I can do is $1,000. Man.
Yeah,
I gotta resell this.
Got $10 and a cheese sandwich.
So I mean, I don't want to say it's a just a cash grab. I feel like they've done so much disservice to the fan base that we're owed a good service to us. So hey, you know what? If this re-releases in the movies for a couple weeks, do right, release it to the Disney Plus so that everybody can see it and enjoy it.
For sure.
So hopefully they do it right. We'll see. But I am excited. I'm still gonna watch it, unfortunately. But I'm gonna be pissed if I go in there and watch it and there's only 90 additional seconds of footage and it's at the end of Endgame, where it's like, I don't know, Victor Von Doom, right? If he's there like at Tony Stark's funeral or something like that, and it's like, I watched all that for this. I could have just waited on
Just
YouTube.
for it to pan out, you know, on top of a hill, and you see him in his background.
Yeah, I would
oh
be
my
so
God.
pissed. So that's what I'm saying. If it's an actual new footage, don't just throw 60 seconds in there just so you can accumulate another $500 million. They're going to get a lot of money for it anyway. You know what I mean? Just at least do it right. Put actual footage in there. Show how we got from that point to this point.
For sure.
So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Next one I wanted to bring up to you. I'm not sure if you've had, I don't watch trailers. So I don't know if you are very familiar with Lord of the Flies, right?
I think we kind of all are.
We all did the book report in school. I was 8th grade. What grade were you?
I think it was similar, 8th grade. Yeah.
I did the book report. We all read it. Did you watch the movie too in school?
We did.
Did you watch
Mr. Wagner's class? Yes.
Yeah, I had Mr. Goforth. I was trying to remember. Yeah, he was from a dude from, I think he was like Michigan or something. I don't know.
It was a psychology class for you as well?
Huh?
Mine was, we read the book and watched the movie
In psychology
class, yeah.
You were in middle school and you had psychology class?
It may have been 9th grade, but yeah.
Psychology class? That's a thing? Did you have psychology class at your school? Really?
You study the brain?
No, we just
different
had,
parts of the
we're
brain?
poor. We just had the main subjects and that's it.
Well,
We don't have psychology.
Gunner High School.
We had detention. That's the only extra one there was.
Gunner High School was the upper echelon of schools.
Of 3A.
Of 3A division.
Of 3A. Let's go make sure we throw that out there. 3A school. Anyways, so we all did the book report. We all watched the movies of Lord of the Flies. When we watched it, I think we watched the black and white version. We didn't even get to watch like the
black and white version.
Yeah.
What?
There's one in like the 50s or 60s.
Goodness.
Yeah, anyways, it's not good, bro. It's not. Well, I'm sure people watched it at that time when it released. Everybody thought it was really good.
Graphics are
But we're not
insane,
talking like,
they're probably over here like, whoa, this is hyper realistic.
look at the cinematography of this movie. We're not sitting here talking about like, hey,
It's a plane with a little string. You know, like, wow.
I think it just showed a plane in the air, and I think it showed the plane remnants in the water. So it didn't really even capture that. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's black and white. We're not sitting here talking about Lighthouse or Schindler's List kind of great film, even though it's black and white. There's a lot of other black and white films. I don't care. They're trash. But those are really good. So anyways, this is a new adaptation of it, and I think it does it such a great justice that it's not a movie. It's a TV show. Because obviously, that novel cannot be fit into one movie. Because there's so much more to that movie. There's a deep dive from their being humans and being civilized
And innocent children.
to where they gets to at the end. So thought it'd be cool if we watch the trailer, check it out, see what you think. I'm very much looking forward to what's it? Roger, right? Roger is the leader
Ralph.
of the
His name's Ralph.
No, which one is the leader of the Savages one?
Oh shoot!
I think his name's Roger.
I think it is Roger.
We'll
I
watch the
remember
trailer
Ralph
and
'cause
I'll
he's
look.
the good guy.
Yeah, but we'll watch and I'll look at it. But we'll see what you think.
All right. Piggy. This is Piggy, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
The sky is darkening and the beast is close at hand.
Adolescence, man. Oh, that show is great.
And now we're trying to find out exactly where we are. What nonsense.
What nonsense? They're British.
Can't catch themselves, Jack. Who are you, anyway?
Piggy.
Stand out of the way. You can't believe her the next thing.
Oh, dude.
And the next thing is me. beast.
Okay. So I'm definitely okay with this being a TV show. Like you said, there's a lot that can go into the complete breakdown, mental breakdown of all these people. I certainly would love to dive deep into like what was it, Simon, and like fully representing like the loss of innocence and whatnot when they killed him. It's like, hey, it's just a pig, guys. Like, no, it's not. Yeah, more than just that, I'd like to really break that down. And then, of course, Piggy, that did sadden me a little bit when I was a kid. It was so sad to see him die. It's so I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but people were actually making fun of Piggy. This is the first time we'd seen the movie, and I'm sure a lot of people were just falling asleep throughout the books and whatnot. Cheating on essays and whatnot, you know.
Is that one of those movies that is boring though? Like
these are the older
genuinely?
movies, so obviously kids have a lower.
Well, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the book. Like even when you read the book did you read it in class? Like all y'all read it
Yeah.
together. Was it not like an interesting book, or is that just me?
It kind of just depends.
I thought it was good. Like I thought it's on full display, like the complexities of like being a human, right? Your moral compass. How honestly, these are kids, right? So when you're an adult, your moral compass is pretty much set.
It definitely depends on when you got to read it or when you do read it.
Yeah, but
People were actually making fun of Piggy right before they threw the rock, tossed the rock off and crushed his head. So I actually
It was Roger, that
vividly
was his
remember.
name.
I think it was even Coulson who was making fun of him, and then he got hit in the head and he died. And he was like, what? Like just mouth gaped open, like what?
yeah, you're like,
you know, I was like,
wow.
oh shoot, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being for making fun of him. But I mean, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
His death's supposed to represent, you know, the loss of logic, you know, loss of reason and whatnot. And then of course, when they're trying to kill Ralph at the very end of it, they're supposed to be like the full, like once you kill him, you can't come back. You guys are completely
full
savages.
savage.
You know, it's kind of interesting that this book and this movie is as popular as it is. I think a lot of people, including myself at a certain point, would utilize this to sort of build their own moral compass, you know, like without, you take a group of normal people, throw them into an island after X amount of time, eventually we all go bad, we all go savage, we all go werewolf, you know, and then people just get what they deserve. But
I just immediately thought of Joker when he said that. Immediately thought of Joker.
But I would like to point out that in real life, this whole situation actually did happen. It wasn't years after the book, but there was actually in the Philippines, there was actually a group of like Catholic school kids who hated the school, and they actually left school, you know, hooky, stole a boat, went off joyriding in the middle of the ocean, and then a hurricane came, flushed them into a random island. They lived there for I think 7 years. I could be wrong on the exact number, but they were there for years. And then eventually somebody came and they found them. Like, you guys are dead. And they didn't go werewolf. They didn't go savage. It was all just boys, and they set up a whole thing. Whenever somebody got out of line or messed up, then like you're banished for an X amount of time. Then you can come back. They kind of worked.
But at what time?
out.
At what point was this again? At what time period was this when this happened?
I don't remember. I want to say like in the 60s, but I also want to say like in the 2010s. That's a huge number. I get it.
Hey, keep going. I'll look.
But it definitely did happen. And like they had like a setup of like you're a farmer. You're gonna farm this, right? You're gonna be over here. You're gonna be fishing with like spears and stuff like that. They had a setup. They had an understanding. It completely threw. When I read that article, it completely threw my understanding of like, the human conditions.
The real life Lord of the Flies occurred in 1965, when 6 teenagers were shipwrecked on the uninhabited island of Ata for 15 months.
15 months. I said 7 years. For like 17 years. We had a thriving empire. You know?
This is off the dome, people, okay? It's not like...
Forgive me, it was years ago that I read it. The numbers may be off.
I was in 8th grade when I heard that.
It's still impressive that it was like, what, 17 months you said?
Yeah, 17 months. Unlike the novel's descent into savagery, these boys cooperated, establishing a commune with food garden, a permanent fire, remaining close friends until being rescued. But obviously, I'm going to talk about, hey, culture, the way they grew up, right? The way they were disciplined, right? Because that goes to some sort of, humanity. Your compass has already been instilled in you at that age then, and you're just disciplined. You know what I mean? But I'd argue that that's not the same now. If you took a bunch of teenagers and threw them in in an uninhabited island.
My iPad.
There's no internet. There's no Wi-Fi, right? They don't got Takis. They don't have hot fries. Kids don't fish anymore. Kids don't climb trees anymore. Like, you generally are not going to know what to do, right? So then at that point, maybe you might not be savage, but you don't know what to do there. You're just going to die of hunger and thirst. You know what I mean? So I love this story, and I love that it's giving you a show, because I need much more than just a feature-length film to dive into this story. I want to see how they go from being civilized, from having that moral compass to like what happens at the end that triggers you into completely abandoning all that, right? Like, I think even at this time, Roger and Ralph, I think they're even Simon maybe too, but like they're one of the oldest ones, right? So maybe they're like, hey, 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a proper age.
Yeah, 12, 13 years old for them too. Like, Roger abandoned it pretty fast. You know what I mean? But that's kind of like what nature tells you. You follow the strongest, and Roger is the strongest one, right?
Yeah,
That is something that humans tend to do. So I'm so excited for the show. I think May 4th, I'm ready for it. I think it's gonna be so good. I question whether or not I could watch it with my son. My son is 8. It might be a little too young. I gotta figure out the rating.
I think we watched Send Help with your
Dude,
son.
I made an honest mistake of taking my son to Send Help. Sam Raimi, like, bro. First of all, in my defense, I know what Sam Raimi's capable of, right? But I also know he did Spider-Man. In my defense, I don't watch trailers. So I just saw Send Help. I just think it's them trying to survive on an island. I'm over here thinking it's gonna be like Castaway, maybe something a little bit darker. There might be some not ghost on the island, but there's just some things that kind of are scary on the island. I didn't think it was gonna be that. So half the time I just gave my son my phone and told him, like, look away, bro. Don't watch. It's not like there's anything sexually inappropriate or anything like
something
that.
pretty scary that happens.
But
though.
yeah,
Pretty vividly scary.
Yeah,
It's like,
there's a couple
geez.
things. I don't think he looks at pigs the same ever again. I'll tell you that. So yeah, that was an unfortunate circumstance. I'll never take my son to a Sam Raimi film until he's a lot older. So that's my fault. I should have known better. But he did Spider-Man. How do I know? But anyways, yeah, I'm so excited for Lord of the Flies, May 4th. So we'll watch it, and maybe do a little thing in the beginning of our episodes, maybe to talk about the recent episode or anything like that. I think it'd be pretty cool. I'm so excited. A lot of us read it growing up, so I think it's definitely cool if we all watch it.
Definitely okay to bring that up. But moving on, the next cool thing that I feel is going on in the universe these days is Godzilla Minus Zero. All right.
Godzilla.
So it's completely different than whatever Godzilla you guys are probably remembering. I feel like the average person, if you're not from like Asia, is going to think of Godzilla. You might think of the 1998 film with Godzilla, with where he's in New York and
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller is playing it. Yeah, that's
yeah.
always fun. Beyond that, you may have gotten into the monster universe with Godzilla, King Kong, Mothra, and all that. It's a whole like cinematic universe that was going on, and then they culminated, and you got a Kong versus Godzilla movie. All of it great. This is gonna be.
Is it great?
I would say it is. It is. So maybe great's a little too big of a word.
It's fun.
It is good.
It's fun.
It's fun. There you go.
It's
I
a
like
great
that.
one.
It's fun.
Tony off camera said fun. I do agree.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's
but
entertaining.
It is not lore accurate whatsoever.
It's not even a good movie, though.
The lore of Godzilla is.
It's not a good movie.
The lore of Godzilla is following the belief that radiation causes macroevolution. So obviously, after World War II, we started experimenting with nuclear bombs and whatnot.
And radiation. Yeah.
We destroyed Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and the fallout of that. What Godzilla is an allegory to the fallout of the destruction of those two cities. Because that radiation that left ended up mutating a lizard, and that lizard ended up becoming Godzilla, absolutely destroying everything.
Yeah, but and also too the points that when you think of Godzilla, the new MonsterVerse has led you to believe that he is the balance, he is the protector of humanity, things like that. Do you find it like odd that is the direction that they chose to go. Like you chose, I don't want to say to same thing that they often do with villains in movies. I don't want to say like you humanize them because it's a monster, but you just find a way to make you feel like sympathetic, or you know what I mean? Like you feel empathy for, and it's like, okay, in the rare cases, you're usually the one that's like, dinosaurs, kill them. They're not made by God. Okay, that's usually you. And in that time, I always do defend it.
I love dinosaurs. Just Jurassic Park. They are Frankenstein. All right. If I found out that there was a Brachiosaurus alive today in Africa, I'd be like, cool, protect that creature. All right. Jurassic Park, destroy them all.
Anyways, I'm usually the one that's defensive, even of it like that. Godzilla is like, he doesn't do anything but kill millions and millions of people. There's no balance to him. Maybe you want to argue the balance of nature and humanity then, maybe. But it's not him there protecting you from other monsters. So he is genuine, or it, I don't know, male or female. And I refer to it in the minus one, because that's my favorite Godzilla movie.
Yeah, explain that. So that's completely different from what we're...
Okay, so if you're familiar with Godzilla, that kind of like how I brought it up, I think it's like 1998 or 1999. Matthew Broderick, right? That's his name, Matthew Broderick. Ferris Bueller. Everybody knows that movie because that was the Godzilla movie when I was a kid, and obviously everybody that we associate are adults.
That was the American.
Godzilla.
American Godzilla.
That was New York. That was the dude on the... I remember as a kid seeing the fishing pier with the guys there fishing, and you see it coming out, and then the bridge, and it comes out. It's got the ships on its back and everything. It's cool as a kid, and then you grow up and you realize, like, I don't care about, like, the humans. I don't care about, like, the characterization of them. And one thing that we tend to do, and we started to do in the MonsterVerse and what we have now as Godzilla, is you kind of like, okay, less human, more monsters, more monster fighting. And it's like, yeah, but you completely forgot what Godzilla was intended to do, which is what you said, being an allegory of the effects of it, right? That's not at all what MonsterVerse is now. It's completely you went away from it.
Yeah, in fact, they're using nuclear bombs to heal. They're like, send another care package.
Yeah, so that's completely against obviously what it was
that's
intended.
America right there. Let's blow something up to help the world, you know?
Sounds like a Michael Bay movie. So that's that, and in Godzilla Minus One, I don't know if anybody's seen it. There's a lot of people that didn't watch it because they fall into one of the cardinal sins of a movie, and one of those is subtitles. If a movie is in subtitles, I don't want to watch it. You know how stupid that? Can you not read?
Yeah.
You can't read. Like, go watch the movie. It is amazing. It's not just that MonsterVerse where you see cool monsters fighting. It's so much more complex. It directly relates to. Are they in Nagasaki? I think it takes place in Nagasaki.
I think it's Nagasaki.
It could be Hiroshima. I apologize, but I think it's Nagasaki. And it's about a kamikaze pilot in the beginning of the movie who's supposed to go and obviously do what they do. If you're familiar, you're a historian. Kamikaze pilots are the ones that would go and commit suicide, but they would blow up the planes and all that, and then they would do all that. But anyways. He failed to do it in the beginning because there was a question of like him being a coward and bravery and all that. So he went back to an island, said that there was a malfunction with his aircraft. There really wasn't. And then a Godzilla attacked them. Then he kind of passed out, so he didn't really remember. But then he returns back home to Nagasaki where there's nothing left, right? It's blown up. And he's just trying to put his life back together. In comes a woman with a baby. Later on, you realize that's not her baby. So it's just a whole blended thing of unfortunate circumstances that they have to choose to live on their lives. Again, here he comes, and he destroys their entire like city when they're trying to rebuild. 30,000 people dead, and you realize like, hey, this is Godzilla. It's not some protector. It's someone who's genuinely here to kill us.
To destroy.
And we have to do something about it. That is the movie. And in the movie, you don't lose sight of like the human aspect to the story. You're genuinely interested in what happens to these humans, what happens to the relationship between him and the woman. I don't want to spoil it, but you just have to watch it to kind of.
It's several years too late.
I think it is, but not many people have watched it because it's not
fair.
because it's Takashi, or I forgot his name, but he's a director from Japan. And he was the one that put the movie together. It's a $10-15 million budget. It looks great, even though it's 10. You wonder how you did so great with the $10-15 million budget, and we here in Hollywood can't even get CGI and everything right when you have a $200 million budget. So it's kind of like they did a lot more with a lot less. So there's just so much more meat on the bone when it comes to Godzilla Minus Zero. Get past the whole thing of it being a foreign movie and all that. Technically, if you want to go on Netflix, it's available right now. You go watch it on English. It just sounds weird. I just keep it in its original language. Just read subtitles. We all read. We all went to school. We all know how to read. And even then, most of the time, people watch a movie, they still put on subtitles. So
fair, yeah.
just do the same thing you're already doing. Just watch the original movie. It is so good. You realize that what you've been missing out on Godzilla is something you thought wasn't important, was the humans. And then you watch Godzilla Minus One, and you're like,
There's a whole story there.
like the human element to Godzilla is so important. You want to know how are they affected by a creature like that? You know what I mean? And the scene in Godzilla Minus One with the atomic breath. I'm not sure if you remember it.
Yeah.
But him powering up and the blue fins coming out of his body. And then he does that atomic breath where you see that beam of light come out. Looks sort of, I even told you too a while back that it reminds me of like the Death Star.
Yeah.
Like and if you see any sort of sci-fi weapon powering up, and then it has the atomic bomb, and then it like the air, it just shoots everybody out, and then it sucks you back in.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so good. So I'm rambling on because I really love this movie, but you care about the characters in the story. You care about the whole movie as a whole, and you don't want to just see monster versus monster. You want to see man win against monster, and that's what you don't have in the MonsterVerse, and that's what you don't have in some of those other ones. So
Let's go ahead and watch the trailer for this.
yeah, this is a teaser for a trailer. It's coming out in September, I believe, September or somewhere around that time. So we're gonna watch the teaser to it.
Godzilla Minus Zero, the sequel.
Yep. Takashi. There it is.
If their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it.
Abort third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
That's her from the original one.
Goodness. What a creature.
Oh, dude. And then I think there's a one that, yeah, here it is.
Uh-oh. Made his way.
And it's filmed for IMAX. And the budget's not even that large. I'm so excited for the movie, man.
It'll be great.
I'm so excited. Do you remember watching it, or it's been a while?
It's been a while, but I do remember some pretty awesome parts, like, for instance, the scene with the atomic breath. I do remember that, the fins coming out and everything.
Awesome. That was awesome.
The oscillating sort of whatever.
Yeah.
Super great.
Yeah, it's great. Go watch the movie. You'll know why I teared up in it. Go watch it. We had one of our other producers over here joking that we're crying about a lizard. No, we are not. We're crying about one of the humans in the story. So go watch it. It's really good. Another trailer that just came out too, and we haven't had the privilege of talking about it yet. Clayface.
Clayface.
So for anybody that's familiar with DC, Clayface is, we'll go into it a little bit after the trailer, but it is a celebrity and an actor who endured some gruesome cuts to his face, and he goes under experimental procedure, and I don't know if it's like a drug or procedure, but it's experimental because he wants to get back to what his face looked like prior to the attack. Obviously, like a lot of movies, everything goes wrong. And it's just a complete opening to something similar to like Substance, like a body horror movie.
Body
that
horror
you're
is
very,
certainly what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
but
and
you'll see what we're talking about right
oh
here.
man, it looks intense. Let's get into it. Let's watch it. It looks so intense.
Just staring at you.
He hasn't blinked.
Dude, he's winning a staring contest.
Oh, it looks so good.
Goodness. Obviously, a stark difference to
What we're used to.
Superman, right? This is going to be in the new DCEU. Unlike, I can't sit here and praise Marvel much anymore. With what we just talked about with the Endgame sort of deal going on there, and the past like couple of years, and them sort of like trying to like not really retcon anything, but kind of go over it. Can't really praise them too much. Compared to DC. I love DC, DC is absolutely fantastic. And with the DC EU, they're kind of going like back and forth. With Peacemaker being canon and them changing the scene a little bit. Then Superman coming in. Superman is not the first movie. It's 2 years into his story, but it's not the first movie into the new DCEU. In fact, Clayface is going to be the first movie.
No, because then Suicide Squad is in there, Creature Commandos is in there.
I forgot about Suicide
Peacemaker
Squad
is in
too.
there. Technically, James Gunn said Blue Beetle is canon now. It's all over the place.
All over the
You know
place.
what? James Gunn, it's not like he went into a clean house. He went into a dirty house. Give him some time. Let him get everything situated for a minute. Hey, you know what? 2-3 years into this, I think it's already been 2-3 years. Give it some time. I'll give it like a 5-year window. Hey, by the 5th year, if you haven't got stuff situated, then I'm giving up.
For sure.
Because now everything's all over the place.
But no matter how you swing it, no matter what movie is canon and not canon, what TV show is canon and not canon, Clayface is going to be a stark difference between against all of them. Like all those things is sort of like action, sort of comedy. This, based off of the trailer, what I'm seeing, goodness, it's going to be rather scary.
Yeah.
Appropriate for the October setting, which is great. But I'll be interested to sort of see how that goes. We kind of already got a similar vibe from another movie. We just brought it up earlier.
Substance.
I was thinking Joker.
Oh.
We kind of got like he's a
I mean,
villain.
I guess
Clayface is a villain.
It's a combination of both. I look at it and I think of Substance because I think of body horror, think of vanity, right? You want your beautiful face back and you're willing to undergo experimental treatment that's not FDA approved. You're just willing to do anything just to get back to that which your perception of what you were at your most beautiful. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I watch that and I completely think of, I watch the trailer and I completely think of Substance. But I'm excited to watch the movie all in all. I don't think they're going to bring up Batman. Not really sure, honestly. We always see reports of Brandon Sklenar.
Yeah, how cool would it be to see Brandon Sklenar?
I think so, and I think there's a huge following now that Housemaid came out, and now people watch him, and you're like, okay, I can see the playboy part to him. I can see that dark part to him. He has the Batman voice. He has the physique. He's similar age to David Cornsweet. So it's obviously I can see the connections now.
For sure.
So I'm excited, but I don't know because Clayface takes place before Superman, and Batman dons the cowl a year after Superman. So it's kind of like, hey, you can get away with it by just saying Batman hasn't donned it yet. So this is just prior to Batman. Maybe this is you just setting up Gotham and how bad Gotham is, and then your next movie goes into now Batman is necessary. You know what I mean? So they might not be the first actual image you got of Batman in this new DC was Creature Commandos, and not a lot of people want to go watch an animated TV show. So it is good. Oh yeah, let me start by saying that Creature Commandos is really good. It's just the average watcher is not going to watch Creature Commandos. Yeah. So to everybody else, they're like, yeah, Batman hasn't been shown in DC. And live action, he has not. But animation, he looked badass. Him on the on the roof with the lightning behind him. It just looks so. It just looks so. It was gas, bro.
Very well done.
So I'm really excited for it. But honestly, speaking of Batman, me and you had gone into it. I don't want to say we got into it off screen, but me and you have talked so much about like Batman and how it influenced us growing up, right? And then we got into a whole topic off screen that I think it'd be really cool to talk about on screen. Similar to the movie Inside Out and how you have those core memories, right? Those memories, right? Core memories that make you who you are. There's got to be some core movies for us that made us who we are and got us to this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've talked about it so much. I'm curious, is Batman one of your core memories?
Yeah, for sure. Batman Begins
Over Dark Knight?
2005. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that
It's
Batman
better.
Begins is
Yeah,
better.
I don't think it's better. No, I'm not saying
in
that.
regards to a core memory, like what sits in my heart, when I think like on my own time, when I'm thinking about like how awesome movies are or whatever, I'm gonna remember my mom bringing me to see Batman Begins for my birthday, and thinking to myself, "Whoa," that built forward the standard for a lot of superhero movies going forward.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is not what we got previously, like the 1979 Superman movie, and this is a huge difference, right?
There is.
And I loved it. Yeah.
We'll make it clear that this isn't us trying to say these are the best movies. This is us trying to say what are the movies we watched when we were younger. Doesn't matter if it was good, doesn't matter if it was bad. You just watched this movie when you were younger and it resonated with you so much that this is what made you fall in love with movies in the first place. You know what I mean? You were sitting there, which one was it? Batman Begins? That came on 05 or 06?
05.
So you were 6, 7 years old. Oh my God, that's so annoying. That's so stupid.
Such a loser.
You are. So anyways, you're 6, 7 years old and you still remember that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So those are one of those memories. That's also key of like why I wanted to have this conversation.
For sure.
And this isn't us trying to give you, like I said, the best movies. This is just what resonates with us.
What's one that goes for you?
So I won't go like I won't. Man. Okay, I'll stick with what I remember seeing at a young age, and then kind of get to most recent.
Okay.
So the first one that I remember is Monster House. I remember my mom taking us to go watch Monster House as a kid. I remember watching like Spy Kids 3D as a kid, right? Zathura, another one I remember as a kid. But one that like really resonated with me was Monster House. One, because I thought the animation was cool. I'm a kid, right? I thought it was cool. The humor in there was funny, right? Like I was just laughing the whole time.
3 seconds on the clock. You're an idiot.
I thought it was, I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It closely relates to the humor that we had in the 2000s too.
Yeah.
And then the horror aspect of me not knowing if I'm going to like a horror movie, because I think it was 2005 when Monster House came out, I think. So I was like 7 or 8. I do remember watching it. I thought I was going to be scared. And there's parts that were scary, that were creepy, but I love the movie. And that's probably what made me love horror movies. And me being so interested in watching them from that point on.
I mean, it's fine. If that's the egg that,
hatched horror.
Hatched for you, I mean, fair enough. I can't sit here and say that it wasn't a little, it's not terrifying, but it wasn't like scary. Is, like when she has that, like, it's like dust, her body's dust in the basement. It's like he falls on her nose to nose and it just disintegrates. I mean, that's pretty scary, bro.
Yeah. So that's probably what made me love horror movies. That's one of those movies I remember as a kid where I just like watching it and I was like, this is amazing. They should make more horror themed movies for kids, because I'm not trying to say for you to go and scare them, because like, no, I want to sleep, right? I don't want my daughter and my son to be at my door at 2 o'clock in the morning because they can't sleep. Not to that extent, but something a little bit along those lines of Monster House. I don't know if you remember the movie 9.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Where the guy puts his soul into 9 dolls to carry humanity. That's another one that's closely horror themed, but it's for kids. I've shown my son and my daughter that movie, and they like that movie.
What's another one? What's the Christmas Halloween movie? Everybody loves it.
Christmas Story?
No.
Night Before Christmas?
Yes,
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Nightmare
I can't
Before
stand
Christmas.
that movie.
It's not bad. Definitely.
I'm just not a fan.
It's Coraline, another one.
Coraline is good.
Yeah,
Coraline is way better than A Nightmare Before Christmas. The Corpse's Bride. Is it like the claymation of it? It's not clay.
It's stop motion.
It's stop motion. Okay, very similar to Chicken Run, is it not?
Similar,
Isn't Chicken Run stop motion?
Yes, it is.
But it is stop, right?
Same medium.
Okay, I don't like it. I think that's what it is then. I just don't like it because I'm not a big, I know people are going to go crazy because Nightmare Before Christmas is widely regarded as like one of the best Christmas movies. Like people love it and all that. I don't care for it.
Movies.
I don't think it's Halloween. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. Coraline is gas.
So good, man.
That one is scary. That one was like.
When I was a kid and I had that on DVD, I kind of thought that I was gonna be like a niche type of person. Like like I'd bring up Coraline up in the future and be like, dude, you like that movie? That's such a weird movie. I'm very surprised that a lot of people like it.
It was like that for the longest time.
That people just had an ick to it or something.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, I've never seen that movie."
That's not Avengers You know?
No. Coraline is elite, bro. I've shown my kids it. We'll definitely watch that. As a horror theme directed towards children.
But
horror
that's
movie.
what you mean, right? Those types of scary movies that are good enough for a whole family setting.
Absolutely. That's one of them.
Absolutely.
So Monster House was that for me. You have another one for you?
Yeah. What is it? Beauty and the Beast. I believe that came out in 2019. I love
The live action
The live
Beauty
action
and the
Beauty and
Beast.
the Beast. Yeah.
Was it Kristen Stewart or was it?
A lot of
No. It was Harry Potter. Emma Stone.
Watson.
Emma Watson.
There
Emma
it is,
Watson.
yeah. It's
Emma Stone.
Hermione, bro.
Yeah, Hermione. It was Hermione.
But
and
I-
Gaston.
And Gaston. Yeah.
What's his name?
I like the movie. Of all the Disney live action remakes, they've all been nothing more than cash grabs. I absolutely hated them. Right? I can't think of very many that I really liked. I didn't like Mulan. Probably not gonna like
Mulan was
Moana.
terrible. Moana, no.
Yeah, all of them are pretty bad. However, the first one they ever made was Beauty and the Beast, and or maybe it wasn't the first one. I think they did Cinderella before that point. But one of the first ones they ever
You don't
made
like Snow White with Rachel?
with Rachel Zegler. What was I thinking? This is the greatest movie of the century. Not all right.
Yeah, she was stupid.
But I think they did Beauty and the Beast really, really well. They similar to sort of. They made basically the exact same movie, but they added in extra scenes inside of it that kind of answer certain questions that I didn't even know I had at the time. And they added new songs as well. What is it? Evermore. Love Evermore. I thought and to be honest, the reason why that's a core memory for me. Once again, that's a movie that my mom brought me to go see. At the time, it was it was a movie theater with the fanciest sort of like setting. Nowadays, it's sort of like standard. They bring food to you. It's like, oh my gosh, that's super cool. I think I had quesadillas. But that aside, at that movie theater, listening to Evermore, I actually gained an appreciation for that type of music. Before that point, I was like, if it's not a nice little beat, nice little bop, then I'm probably not gonna like it. But that one, it's relatively slow. I won't say I teared up to it, but I appreciated it in my heart.
It
I
was
like,
brave
wow.
it was brave of them to add a song to it because that's not a song on the original.
Nope, it is not.
On the original soundtrack. So it was pretty brave of them to throw that in there because you don't know how it was going to be received. And maybe a lot of people don't really care for the movie because it's easily one of those movies you could just hate on because it's like once you say a live action Disney princess, everybody's going to be like, because they just have a bad connotation towards them in general. But
For a
that
good
song
reason.
was pretty well received because it is pretty good. I think it's really good.
I think it's good too.
So
What's another one for you?
let me see. I'm still starting off as a kid. Monster House. Did King Kong come out before? No. Oddly enough, Percy Jackson isn't on there for me, and I know it's.
No, Percy Jackson, director.
Oh, I thought you were saying Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I was like, oddly enough, it was Gas, and I read the book, but.
Talking about the one with Jack Black, right?
Yes, with Jack Black and all. 2005. Okay, so then it's similar time. King Kong as a kid watching. I was meant to watch movies after watching King Kong.
That's a really good one.
And I didn't
Long
even
movie.
I didn't go to the
but
restroom once.
So good.
I didn't go to the restroom once. Even as a kid, I held my bladder the whole time. If I piss on myself, I'm gonna piss on myself.
Dude,
I'm not missing
it's
this.
funny that you bring. It's so weird that you bring that up because I do remember as a kid there are certain movies, King Kong being one of them, where the tail end of it, I'm like, I really gotta go to the bathroom, but I'm not.
But you're not
leaving,
going.
you know?
Oh, my daughter, dude. My daughter will tell you 4 or 5 times I need to go to the restroom in a movie, and I'm sitting there like. But like me, as her same age, I did not get up once. Once I sat there to watch King Kong, and I think we're begging my dad to go watch it. I think we even got like last tickets. We're sitting in the front row on the left, and I think this was like the dollar movies or something. So, dude, we're looking at it this whole time, bro. I'm like I'm just amazed at what I was watching. So it was so good, dude.
Real quick,
So good.
what is one scene that stands out for you for that movie?
Out of the entire movie?
The entire movie.
Oh, dude, when he says, when he's telling Jimmy to stay, and he's looking at him, and then he's like, run, Jimmy, and he throws him against the wall, and you see him fall, and he's there like, no, and they're holding him back. Oh, dude, that's probably one of the ones that I remember. And I played the game King Kong as a kid. Holding the spear, going through the jungle,
yeah, I do remember the King Kong game,
being
yeah.
King Kong, riding the, climbing up all the stuff, and then going to New York at the end. Oh, yeah, dude.
One scene that stands out to me with that movie is probably the most brutal scene probably to date, and that's when that one-eyed chef with the machete is getting eaten alive by those worms.
By the cat, yeah.
It
and
is brutal because his friend dies in front of him, and he's like, you know, dude, this is a kids movie. You know,
I don't think it's a kids movie.
You don't think so?
No. King Kong.
Man,
I don't
I was
think
a kid when I watched it.
Yeah, but I don't think it was meant to be a kids movie. I think you're all meant to enjoy it.
Mom,
kids
Dad,
can go watch
that's
it.
on you. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was a kids movie, but it's not like it was an inappropriate. There wasn't anything like sexual in the movie anyway.
But that scene, though, if they had known that they probably wouldn't have let me watch it because I'm still brutal, right?
Yeah.
His arm, that dude did not go down without a fight. Goodness.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of moments in that movie that I really remember when he goes to her in the theater and he looks up and he sees him. When he makes eye contact with him in the theater and then he runs because he knows that's who I'm after. Yeah, dude, the whole movie was good and I remember watching it as a kid and that's one of my movie core memories definitely. It's got to be King Kong, Peter Jackson.
Sad movie though. Goodness, like the whole story, they would have been better off if they just didn't go to
I
Skull
love
Island.
that he said Peter Jackson and I thought Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson's gas, bro. And I remember reading all those books as a kid in school, but yeah, no, it didn't make the list. Do you have another one?
Yeah, another one is 2012, which ironically came out in 2009. You know, but the movie 2012 genuinely scared me when I got done watching the movie. That's like a what do you call that? That's a disaster movie.
Yeah,
This
disaster movies.
movie, and I'm like, that's 3 years away. You know.
Did you mark it on your calendar, 2012?
Okay, all right. You know, a couple things I got to do before then. You know,
baptized.
jog. You know.
Have children?
But wow, I was shaking.
Yeah.
It was so hyper realistic for me at the time, and you know, I think the graphics still hold up to this day. But yeah, 2012 was so good, man, so good. That's another movie. Again, my mom. Thank you, Mom. You know, probably to go see that movie. Another movie where I really had to go to the bathroom, but at the very end of it, I was like, still gonna hold it. 'cause I'm
Mom
not
really
missing
shaped you,
that.
didn't she?
I guess she kind of did, didn't she?
Yeah, 100%. Another one of mine, and it needs no explanation, is Iron Man.
Iron Man. Yeah.
You already know what it was as a kid, going to watch that, seeing that for the first time, seeing the music, right? AC/DC, being in there. It was so good, bro. I just remember being a kid, like seeing that, and obviously I had Spider-Man. You had Blade, so like you had those sort of like superhero roles. I mean, I guess if we're gonna sit here and say Blade superhero, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess, because he is. But it's kind of more so like a darker, right? Because that's like Midnight Suns. So I'm just used to that superhero that's like Spider-Man. So watching Iron Man, that was like the greatest thing as a kid, seeing that. And I remember even at this time, I'm sure a lot of people remember, especially our age, you didn't go and buy and reserve seats. You literally went to go stand in line to be in the front of the line to get your seating first. And this was when they released movies at midnight. So they didn't release the movie because it tells you, hey, it comes out on Friday, but the movies actually come out on Thursday at 2 p.m. That's not what it was. If it came out on Friday, it means midnight, be there. So we would go watch Iron Man midnight. Another movie I'll mention here in a little bit if we continue, but Iron Man was definitely one of them. I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was just so ecstatic about it, and that's what kind of pushed me to be like, hey, there's a world of superheroes out there. I need to know what it is.
It shapes you.
And that's what got me. So yeah, man, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., thank you so much, because watching that really pushed me into the whole superhero world.
I guess another one for me would be, and this might be a little cliche and maybe a little too soon, but I love Superman. I really do.
David Cornsweet.
David Cornsweet's Superman definitely shaped me. 2025. That I can't get over the scene when he's hovering above the fallen building just to check to see if that lady is okay as she's driving away. That I do remember. I remember now, even now, the chills that I
Getting
get
goosebumps
watching that. I mean, it
am
was
I
so
the
good.
am I the only one that like? I don't care. Am I the only one that wanted to like tear up?
I did tear up.
I literally watching
did
it.
tear up.
I teared up watching Superman rise through the ashes of that building. I left wanting to be a better person. I hear people say this whole woke Superman or this whole I heard sissy Superman and all that. This movie was amazing. So much. It feels like Superman. It is Superman. You know what I mean? That aura moment, bro, was by far the best aura moment in any superhero movie.
For sure. That's the thing is, like, the reason why I feel confident enough to say that this is like a core memory for me is because in the future, God willing, if I have a kid, I would love to be able to show them this movie. I can't say the same for a lot of movies that I've seen. Like if they watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. There's a couple of movies that I genuinely want them to see. Star Wars being one of them. You know, Harry Potter being another one. The whole series and all this stuff. Superman, 2025. David Corn Sweat. I think that's one of the movies I want them to see.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Good message.
Another one that I had mentioned, well, I didn't mention it, but it was just one of those midnight showings, was Transformers. I remember going to watch Transformers as a kid. Again, midnight, my mom woke us up. We had asked my mom, I could be wrong. Mama, tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel like we were trying to watch it. My mom was like, no, we're not going to watch it. Go to bed. She would put us to bed at like 8 p.m. We were like, dude, we're in middle school. No, I don't think we're in middle school. I think Transformers came out in what, 09? That was 11. I think that was like maybe 5th grade, 6th grade. So anyways, she told us, no, go to bed. She woke us up in the middle of the night, like, get your clothes on. So I was like, I don't know where we're going. I'm there. And then I open my eyes and I see, I think we went to Regal behind Holmes High School. And that was the spot. Dude, that was the spot. Let me tell you. That and Skateland. But anyways, going there, we looked at my mom and she has that mom smile that they do like that. And you're like, dude, we're here. So we went to go watch Transformers. And I remember standing in line, going to watch Transformers. I remember him saying, I am Optimus Prime, and everybody clapping. Everybody being like, this is such a big moment. Because all the adults were clapping because that was their TV show growing up. So now you're doing a service to them by putting it on the big screen of something they grew up on. You know what I mean?
There's not very many movies out there that can really bridge that gap.
Yeah.
A lot of them try. A lot of them fail miserably. Transformers, yeah, they did a great job with that.
It's like them actually doing us a service 15, 20 years from now and making an actual good Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of movie.
How cool would that be? They actually did it right.
But anyways, that's what I'm just saying. Like a show that meant a lot to us growing up in the 2000s. That was the same thing with our parents watching Transformers, and then finally getting that with the first Transformers with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. I don't need to go more into that. But anyways, did a service to all of us, and that is I vividly remember that movie, and it was just one of the best.
I gotcha. I think this will probably be my last one, but one last one that absolutely was a core memory for me has got to be Avengers 1, 2012. So weird. Yeah, I love your mom. She definitely shaped me with a lot of these things. This is one where kind of did it without her kind of permission, I guess. It was kind of strong-armed her into a position of kind of looking like the bad guy. I feel like a total jerk about it. But I told my friends, yeah, my parents are so down with me going over there to hang out and watch a movie. You know, she was okay with me hanging out with them, but not okay with me
going to the movies.
And when she found out, she was really, really mad. Was like, all right, you know what? I already said yes, so go. All right, just go. Feel bad. Sorry, Mom. But at the same time, I guess maybe because there's a little bit of a rebellious sort of feeling to it. Teenagers can be jerks, right? Being able to hang out with my friends, Tanner Howard, I believe, was the person that I was hanging out with over at his house. We all, as a group, went over to see Avengers Endgame, similar to you with that previous movie. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Avengers 1.
You saw Avengers Endgame in 2012?
What is that? A preview, you know? Sneak peek. Similar to you, we got like probably the worst seats in the entire theater. We're over here looking back. Like, oh, jeez.
Yeah,
but for the first time, seeing all the Avengers, like, oh, I know that. And it's all together now, you know?
It's all connected.
So cool. That scene where they're all, you know, Thor's grabbing his hammer and they're all in the little circle right there. Awesome.
Yeah.
Still holds up.
It's going to hold up to this date. It's still one of the best See, I want to say it's one of the best Avengers movies, but then I mean, Endgame, Infinity War, it's tough. You know what I mean? But it's still,
I think
still carries a lot of weight.
Will be safe to say is that is an iconic scene that will certainly similar to like Luke, I'm your father, or no, I'm your father. When Darth Vader says that to Luke, it's gonna be a similar thing. You know,
it's just a superhero team up. You know what I mean? And it's showing you. It's kind of like how you even said it too. Defenders being a Netflix level team up kind of thing.
Oh,
like
the
kind
TV
of,
show Defenders? Yes, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's just kind of like, in the grand scheme of things, are we going to hold it higher than Endgame and Infinity War? Probably not. But it was the first to like do something on that level.
Oh,
and
I know
paid
that
off.
TV show, and I know that TV show. You know, they're finally coming together. Like,
This is Avengers, and then that's how you connect it. So yes, oddly enough, as much as I'm all about Marvel and things like that, one, I'm kind of like debating what means more to me a little bit more. Obviously, you know, Beyond the Spider-Verse means so much to me. Well, Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, the whole Spider-Verse trilogy just means a lot. And I'm ready to watch part 3. But one movie that opened my eyes to an actual film, not a movie that's just completely action-packed and there's so much going on and all this, I would say, like, for the first movie that I watched, and it was legit a movie that is carried by dialogue, that is carried by emotion, Good Will Hunting.
Oh.
I remember watching Good Will Hunting probably about, like, when I was, like, 16, 17. It came out in, like, 97, 98, maybe somewhere around the time I was born. But I remember watching it around, like, 17, maybe something around that time. And, oh, my goodness, dude. Like, that is also one of those movies where I would say, if somebody ever asked me what's a movie that can teach me a lesson or like teach you something in life, that's one of them. That's one of those movies that is just, there's so much more to it than being action packed. There's nothing action about it, right? Besides him getting in a little fight in the court, in the basketball court, but they chose to film it a little weird. But anyways, it's just, the movie is so complex about a foster kid that has been abused emotionally and physically, and how he chooses to put up his walls. And the entire movie, you're just waiting for that wall to come down. And then one of the most iconic movie scenes ever of "It's Not Your Fault." And you've seen that, and I'm sitting here wondering, like, how is that? It's definitely on my top 10 movies of all time. Is it on your top 10 movie of all time, or you think it's tough?
We've done a similar thing like this, and I think I prefaced it in the prior episodes that the list is always subject to change. But I think as of right now, I'd definitely sit here and say that that's a top 10 movie.
It's so good, dude, and that's what taught me that movies are more than just you being a kid wanting it to be action packed and wanting to see a beautiful girl and wanting to see like badass music,
and robots and all that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is also what movies are. Like, a deep, deep meaning to a movie, and Robin Williams and Matt Damon, and just their chemistry from what it was in that their first therapy session was brutal. And then what it became at the end, and how he gave up everything because he's like, I gotta go see about a girl. So it's like, dude, that movie is
that guy stole my line.
He's like, yeah, son of a bitch, he stole my line. So yeah, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and that's what one of a real true film that taught me there's more to movies than what you like as kids. Grow up, stop doing the whole thing of like, hey, movies are it looks boring, or you got to do subtitles, or it's a foreign movie or anything like that. Enjoy the movie. Give it a chance. Good Will Hunting is one of those ones where I gave it a chance and I don't regret it, and ended up being one of my top 10 movies of all time. So
For real.
those are a lot of my core movies. I can't forget Paul Atreides. Dune 2 is definitely probably up there. I wonder if later on me and you could put a little list together. His oral walk
movies ever?
after drinking the juice,
Blue milk?
from drinking the worm. That scene of him walking in the black cloak and the worm coming behind him. Dude, I remember this was a year ago. I remember being in IMAX and sitting there feeling like I was a kid watching King Kong for the first time.
Yeah, realistically, that will probably go down in history as similar, like what is it? Anakin Skywalker's walk with the 501st at the Jedi Temple.
From the Order
as
66.
Iconic, yeah, from Order 66. As iconic as that scene is, that will probably be as like neck and neck with that.
As like one of the best like sci-fi like aura moment, like horror farming walk scenes. Yeah, that's great.
For sure.
So we'll get into more of all that too at a later time and date. I think it'd be cool for us to get into our top 10 movies of all time, just in our opinion, or maybe our favorites. Because I'm sure you'd have Star Wars on there. I'm curious where to be. Yeah. I'd have Dune up there. I'd have Good Will Hunting up there. So I'm curious to see where they would land. For sure. But you have anything else before we close out of here?
Movies are awesome, big dog.
Yeah, just go watch them. There's a lot of great ones.
There's a lot out there, man.
Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out. I know you're super excited for that. What's another one? There's a lot of good movies coming out, so definitely go watch it. But hey, thank y'all so much for everything that y'all do. You're continuing to like, subscribe, comment.
Support us.
We can't thank you enough. We continue to try our best to keep putting this out there, making sure we're not running out of content. So thank you, God, for giving us this opportunity to do this and to continue to grow. Thank you so much, brother, and we'll see y'all next time.